Live Saturday night.
Oh, she'll be fine.
Ken and Barb. Here's the mail.
Hi, everybody.
What's up? Last minute. Up. There's Ken Glenn. He's in adult entertainment. He's a fluffer. There's his manager, Barb. That's not true. But Cindy, that one's for you, if you're watching. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Oh, I'm going to turn the air back on, I think.
Probably so.
Yeah, we'll do it in a little bit. So what's up, everybody? We are here in North Carolina. It's good to see everybody. If this happens to be your first time, my name's Thomas. This is Melissa. We're home on the Hitch. Right.
We are.
We are. That's what our name is, home on the Hitch. So make sure you subscribe and give us a thumbs up. And
if you're in here, make sure that you tell us hello. We want to see
yeah,
you
I got to pull up the chat here. Who's here?
And hit that thumbs up button.
Pull
So we have
chat.
Chad Mortensen. Hey, buddy. How
what's
doing?
up, man? How you doing? Okay, so that answers that question.
Yeah,
After we talked to you the other day,
we had a bet on where
we were trying to figure out where you were from. And let's see, we got Dean's here and Deborah. Hey, guys.
The double D's.
The double D's are in the house. And Larry Melton from Texas. Glad you could make it, sir. Glad to see you here.
The Texas werewolf.
Absolutely. He's got a great werewolf story. So, yeah, it's good to see everybody here. We're just trying to say hello and kind of keep everybody updated on what's going on. We've had a kind of a weird past few weeks with a lot of stuff.
Yep. We were at one place, and then we moved, and then we went home, and now we're moving again.
Yeah, so we were doing a contract. I was doing a contract at a hospital closer, right there closer to Winston-Salem, and turned out not to be so great. So.
Right. So can y'all hear us okay?
Everything's up. We're running good. I think maybe we'll turn the AC back on.
Yeah, it's a little warm. Okay.
You can do it from your phone.
Oh, hey, I can.
Because you know what? Well, that's right. So, Chad, did you find anything out about renting? If you're still there, are we still on? Hello, everybody. Where's Cindy at? They're not here? Oh, yeah.
Steve Assay. He's trying to get Mom on.
Oh, Mom!
Yep, we got to see Barbara.
Did I lose? We're doing that. See? Oh, there we go. Look, it's Ken and Barbie right here. So this is Ken and Barb. This is their first live stream famous.
We're like in the audience at
it's like right. It's live. It's Saturday night. Thank you for the air conditioner. So these guys live up here in North Carolina, and we met them in North Georgia at a campground that want to switch it up to huddles, and became pretty good friends with them, and they've been subscribers for a bit. And we've actually started hanging out a little bit. That's a lot of fun. So,
well, since we've been in Winston-Salem and they live nearby, we've been hanging out quite a bit.
Been hanging out with them. They love us. We're great. They just follow us around. We don't, we tried to hang out with them a couple of times, but we got to quit telling them where we're going, I think.
Oh, no, they're going to follow us around forever. And we don't mind.
And we don't mind. They're good people. We went and hung out with
Dean and Deborah,
and had dinner with them, and that was great.
Yeah, they
wonderful.
Made amazing dinner.
Dean gave us a under the steps toolbox, which is cool.
Right, and then an insight on
something coming up. Dean is flushing great, but we're going to talk about that in a video coming up. So that's awesome. But thank you. We'll mention you in that video as well.
Yeah, we absolutely.
But we love it. Yeah. We love it. Yeah, it's great.
And I think Barb and Ken are hooked now. Also.
They are. Everybody that comes in. Yeah.
Hi,
Honey
baby
likes
dog.
it. Honey's doing much better. Thanks to Barb over here.
Hello, she's afflicted.
Do we have sites still available today in Savannah? We sure do. So
when you call Creek Fire, you're going to talk to the
Rallies
department, and you have to book through them.
Mm-hmm. And they'll probably have to email you back or
right. They're a little slow. So you kind of have to stay on.
Call them, leave a message, call again. But yes, there are sites still available for the Hootenanny, and we would absolutely love for you to go because we got a lot of fun here. Steve Assay is on here, and Mom's on.
Hi, Barbara.
So they're going to be down there, and we want Chad and we want y'all to come down. Dean, hopefully them are going to come down, and Ken and Barb are going to be there. That's Ken and Barb. If you hadn't met Ken and Barb, Ken and Barbie. We're gonna ask them some questions here in a little bit because they're not like new to RV, but they're new to RVs. So,
Well, yes, they're trying to expand the
Newer.
way that they travel.
and they're going to expand the way they travel because we
Hashtag.
Go Alaska.
That's Ken's coin
That's
phrase.
Ken's coin phrase for it. June of 2023. Hopefully, that's the plan anyway. We're going to be heading up to Alaska and doing like a 3-month tour through British Columbia, Canada, and Alaska. And Terry Haynes, who is another subscriber on here, he is out camping right now, no, in California somewhere. So he said he's not going to be able to be here tonight. But Ken and Barb, I have roped into going with us as well. So it's going to be amazing. We're going to meet them somewhere in Tennessee and convoy up to Montana, Shelby, Montana, where we will go up with Terry and his wife. And then we'll go, I think first stop's going to be Glacier after that. So come on.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
It's going to be like Pee-wee's Big. It's going to be like the honeymoon.
Or National Lampoon's
Vacation. It's going to be RV there yet? RV crazy as hell. So,
yeah, Chad. We'll be caravanning.
Yeah. It's going to be great. So we're going to have a lot of fun with that. Where's Mom at? So Mom's here. Steve is here. Did you get the tractors finished, Steve? Steve said he was working on all the tractors down there, and he was working on Mom's tractor.
Oh.
And then he had to work on their slide out.
What's wrong with the slide out? Did y'all mess it up?
Yeah, he messed it up on their big trip. So.
Well, that's very sad. We can certainly sympathize.
He's an expert. It sucks to have a slide out problem on the road. Trust me,
we were in Arkansas when the super slide there.
That one went. The cable snapped on this corner up here, frayed, and turned into a spider web.
You have no tools.
Oh my God, that was a nightmare. Now, hindsight, after studying everything and having the correct tools and the repair parts on board,
we learned a few things.
I could probably fix it in half an hour.
Yeah, so repair parts are definitely.
So that's a big one.
That might, in fact, you might want to put that on your list. If you have slide outs, you might have like some extra components to carry around for such an emergency. Because with us, if this super slide that has our dining and our seating in it, if that won't go out, we can't access the refrigerator or anything in the living room.
Right.
So
they broke that near where I grew up.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. So I know exactly where it was when I saw the video. But there's going to be a set of leaf springs coming to Alaska with.
Oh, absolutely. Set of leaf springs and U-bolts. Like I told you the other day, you get a set of bearings and a hub, just to have, because you know what, you're in the middle of nowhere.
Well, I think what I learned something maybe everybody could look at too. If you've got a couple miles on your RV, we've only got maybe 4 years on ours, but
well, that's a good bit.
Well, we haven't traveled a bunch. We haven't traveled as much as y'all have, but
right.
I think what you got to do is on your leaf springs, look at the eye and see if about an inch down if it's got any bend in it.
So I noticed that on there. It's fatigued. You probably should change them. Something that we did not too long ago was we changed the bolts out for the big shackles and the wet bolts.
Right.
It's amazing the difference in size of hardware that comes along with it.
Oh my goodness!
What is it?
The dog is special.
Well, she is. Steve says waiting on. She does. She always wants to do that. Waiting on one part to come in. Okay. I'll teach you. Yes, sir, Dean. Man, we got this stuff all figured out.
We figure it out as we go.
Yeah. That's how I finally I figured out what my pronouns are.
Oh, yeah.
Identify as
the,
and the she, and it. The shit. They're feed my ego.
Well, you know.
That's a lot of fun.
Are you gonna do your sling blade voice?
Ken Glenn over here. Gaining momentum's here.
Oh,
What's
hi,
up, Tom? How you doing? My name's Tom. I've been studying on killing you.
Some French fried taters.
Yeah. Oh, there's a French fried weenie dog. So yeah, we worked for about a month in Winston-Salem.
Yeah.
And it was an education for us because that's how we live in our RV now is travel nursing. That's what I do. And our first contract was pretty good in South Georgia. But the second one wasn't that great. There were some issues with the way the contract was represented and the way the hospital was represented. So we kind of had to get out of there. It was
not a great situation, and
it was not, and I felt
not something that we
didn't feel like it was very conducive to me being able to protect my license to practice in the United States, and that's our livelihood. So we will be moving on tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, probably so.
Moving on tomorrow to west of Asheville County in Tennessee to a place we'll be hanging out, and I've got another contract at a smaller facility. Day shift.
That's going to be great.
Goodness, I've been working night shift contracts, and I'm really looking forward to that coming year.
So, Larry, yeah, Thomas does MacGyver a lot of stuff.
MacGyver anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, sometimes you have to.
Right. Well, you do. And you have to be creative in your repairs.
Sometimes you do dumb things, and
sometimes you do smart things.
So, what do you guys think? How about we?
Oh, hey, Deborah. So I want to know: do you want like sticks, or do you want like smooth dowel rods?
We've talked about this. Or or like bamboo rod or sticks or.
Right. What kind of bar are you looking for in that
Tom?
In that town?
Yeah. And Tom, are you coming to the Hootenanny and house the trailer and
right? Do you have all the house put back together?
Everything's back together after those big storms. We've been praying for you guys, and I hope that all that has gone well. We've been kind of gearing up for the Hootenanny and trying to get the shirts ordered and everything figured out what we're going to do, but we hope that y'all come.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to the October weather to get rid of some of this humidity and the bugs. The mosquitoes out here are deadly.
So tired of hot weather. Dowel rods.
Gotcha.
You got it.
Do you want it stained, or do you just want them natural?
Or do you want little pictures and stickers of me all over it?
No, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I could put that on there,
I'm sure Dean would love that. He'd get to see your smiling face every time he goes to the bathroom.
Right, take a big poop and think of Tom. So yeah, we got that. What else we got to talk about? So we're packing up and moving tomorrow, which is cool, I guess. Oh, what I was going to ask is, so what? I don't know what we're going to do because we have this stain, she says. Okay, right. We can do that too. That's easy. We got these big trips coming up, and hopefully we're going to be traveling. But so if you don't know, in the past, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
There's been some issues and some laws against filming in national parks
and public lands. Probably next.
So a year or so ago, a judge overturned it and said no, because a couple of YouTubers got in trouble and got fined like tens of thousands of dollars for making videos in, I think it was either Arches or Zion. It might have been Yellowstone, but they said that you could not make videos to put on YouTube.
You had to fill out the proper
that were
channels.
Monetized unless you could go. You had to go pay through this month-long process of getting a permit. Exactly what day, time, area of the park that you were going to be filming in.
And that was not a guarantee that you would even get that.
You would even get it. So a judge overturned that about a year ago and said that that's ridiculous. You can film in national
Well, because
parks.
it was geared more towards like movie
Mm-hmm.
makers, you know, people who have a large cast and a big crew of cameramen and assistants and things like
Right.
that.
So
But,
somebody,
these were just YouTubers who are filming on their phone, but they're saying
so
that
well,
this
it's been overturned again by a different court and a different judge.
and this could impact you
Yeah.
filming your
So
family
this
videos.
you don't
and
even have to
popping
be
it
a
up on
YouTuber.
YouTube.
Like
Yeah.
if you went to a national park across the street from the visitor center, and it says the big sign says Yellowstone, and you're filming, and you just say you want to go put it up on your Facebook to show your friends and family,
Nope,
it's
no.
against the law. It says it's punishable by
Fines
$10,000 in
and
jail time,
Yeah.
because Facebook can make money off of that.
Because even though you're not monetized,
Right.
they are the platform in
So
which
we're not
you're
really
displaying
100%
it
sure. Well,
is.
I don't think it'll fly. I think it'll probably be a little bit of a time, again, probably another year before it's hashed out. But this, you can't like take your kids to Zion and do like a live stream. Hey,
Yeah,
look at us,
show
blah
your
blah blah, and
family,
look at
yeah,
us,
yeah.
because then
Or TikToks,
nothing,
nothing. Things like that.
unless there's anything that's monetized. There's even somebody arguing on there. Well, people were saying what we were talking about is we would just really demonetize our channel, or those videos that had to do with national parks and public lands. But they're saying that you could still get in trouble, because if you put it on YouTube, YouTube still makes money off of it, from ads that play in for YouTube, like, and subscriptions for YouTube Premium and stuff like that. So you can still get in trouble. So we'll have to see how it all pans out. It's really, really if that goes through and becomes a concrete law, and it's going to depend a lot of what the national park sets their rules as too, because the national park system can say, no, well, the YouTubers, it's fine, but if they come back and say no, they don't want anybody filming, then that's kind of we're screwed.
Well, we'll just have to take other.
Well, we just can't.
Places.
We just won't be filming inside like Denali and
We'll just have
Glacier and
We'll
stuff
just have
like
to
that.
tell you about it.
So yeah. So I mean, we film on the road and in other places that are not, like nationally park protected. But that takes a lot of stuff out.
Right.
We'll resort to whiteboards and
Yeah, we'll draw.
We'll draw a picture of a
It's kind
mountain
of going to be like
and it moves.
Pictionary, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So
It'll turn into Pictionary.
it's ridiculous. I don't think that it will fly. It didn't fly last time. I think it's somebody just trying to justify their job. But
So, Dean, we're just going to be right over the state line, kind of near Pigeon Forge,
we'll be
Gatlinburg.
in between. Basically, if you drew a line from Pigeon Forge to Asheville, we'd be kind of right in the middle, just over the Tennessee line.
So, yeah, you're right, Tom. No good deed goes unpunished.
No good deed goes unpunished.
But hey, Larry, you're talking about the government is jealous. I think that they should be excited that people are wanting to share the national parks, because it's going to increase business
Well,
with
and
people wanting
doesn't,
to come see them. And
well, the thing is, it approaches a whole. This is not a political channel, but it affects our channel, because we do RV traveling and stuff. Who's that? Was that Ken Glenn stuck his head in there? That's Ken Glenn. We're not, super political on the channel, but I mean that starts to, that's creeping on like First Amendment, freedom of speech.
well, they're saying how that's not even going to be protected by your constitutional right, because
No, it's ridiculous.
They don't feel like filming
And saying, "Hey, look at us, we're
Right.
at Zion."
that's going to be protected
Yeah.
under your constitutional
ridiculous.
rights.
It's going to be a mess, but I think it'll, a lot cooler. I hope so, Dean. Hope so. Cooler weather-wise, anyway. Maybe more stuff to do. But the whole point of that is we're moving over there. We're going to be like 25 minutes from Great Smoky Mountain National Park. And I was super excited about all the crap that we were going to go in there and film. And I guess we're not doing that now.
I don't know. We'll just really have to investigate and see what we can do.
Stinky yawn.
I told you that her breath stinks, but you're like, no, you don't know. Now you do know, huh?
You don't smell that bad.
Oh, it's horrendous.
Listen, I got some fart spray.
No, well, it's not that bad. That shit really does.
So
stink.
we'll see. We may, in the future, we may have to demonetize our channel and beg you guys just to do a channel membership for a couple bucks, like, you know,
a month or whatever. You know, just
get a little tin can.
no.
We will never do that. But it's gonna, if the content changes and like we go to Alaska and y'all don't see like national parks and stuff, that's why. So.
Well, and you're going to be disappointed. And
we're going to be very
disappointed. Because that's kind of the point, is you want to go and take pictures so that you can remember your experiences and share them with your friends.
All right, so here comes the entertainment portion of the evening. Ken has performed, or he has got a little section of interpretive dance. He has.
He's like, really?
What did the hell? He's like, get me out of the picture, Thomas. There's Sling Blade. Why are we here?
The stuff that you dream, I swear to God.
I dream a dream of. I won't tell them what happened to your eye. Don't worry. All right, guys. Where'd Barb at?
He talked back, and Barb got a hold of him.
There's Barb, yeah. All right, there's Barb. All right, so.
There you go. You were very jerky, and it's kind of nauseating.
You're being jerky.
Don't be jerky, Thomas.
Don't be a jerk off. All right, so we're going to ask Ken and Barb some amazing questions.
Okay, so do you have the first question?
I do not have the first question.
All right. So, Ken and Barb, what kind of advice would you give to someone who's maybe thinking about getting an RV?
Is it all you hoped for?
Oh,
not what you hoped for?
It's,
Or what did you think it was going to be going in?
Is it more work than fun?
no.
No.
It's everything that you hope for, but as in life, there's no free lunch. You have to do something, and you run into situations that you have to do a little bit of work to be able to RV, but the payoff is well worth it.
Absolutely. I think that's good. Or get a dog.
So you go into RVing eyes wide open.
Yep.
And there's plenty of things that you don't know, but you learn. And if you can pay attention to channels like Home on the Hitch,
Absolutely. Good job.
You will learn volumes, and it will go along with it'll just enhance your experience, and you'll be much better off for it.
Yeah, because Ken was new to RVing until he met me, so.
See, because we all know that Barbie always had the camper. The Barbie camper.
She had the Malibu camper.
Yeah.
The Malibu camper, that's right. Dean Woodard says, Ken and Barb, where y'all from?
Thomasville, North Carolina.
All right, so Ken, yeah, let's have some background.
Florida
Okay.
to North Carolina.
All right.
I'm originally from Connecticut.
All right, and what do you do for a living?
Well,
He's retired now.
I'm retired now, but I spent 40 years in the motorsports industry, specifically NASCAR and the Cup Series.
Right. So he don't let him fool you, folks. He was in the Days of Thunder.
He's a movie star.
He was Paul Newman's crew chief.
I was.
Yes, he was. So don't let him sell himself short. He has a plethora of experience, and he's going to be a great man to have along with some crap brakes that needs to be welded up.
Right. So we've become really great friends with them. So you'll probably be seeing a little more of them as time goes
Barb,
on.
right.
Well, Barb, she's in the transportation.
She's got pull with the DOT.
Yep, she works for the North Carolina DOT. So
25 years.
She's the lady we call when we need the road fixed.
That's right. She is. Sorry,
Are you there?
I was reading Larry's comment. That's pretty much that's what they want. Yeah, they don't want you. And they said, so here's the other thing. Another judge, to get back on that real quick, another judge came back. The way it all reads right now is if you're somewhere, say you are at a national park, and like all of a sudden 2 cars just crash into each other, burst into flames. And you're like, oh crap! And you start filming it with your phone.
And you put it on any form of social media.
Spontaneous, like you're there visiting and you're trying to catch this rescue, and you put it on social media, they will fine you and put you in jail if you did, because you didn't have a permit for it.
And some of these permits are very expensive.
Yeah, thousands of dollars.
And you're supposed to know, what time you're going to be there,
what day
you're going to be
what
there,
area of the park you're going to film in.
How long you're going to be there, how many people are going to be with you, what kind of equipment you're using.
It's weird. It won't fly. I don't think it's going to fly.
It's
all right, so Barb and Ken back.
Very heavy on the paperwork side.
Gaining momentum. Tom says, cool, I was Ricky Bobby's body double. Were you the one running around naked thinking that you was on fire?
Right.
Right. That was it.
All right.
Okay, let's see. What kind of rig do y'all have?
We have a 2018 Sport Trek travel trailer, 35 foot.
Awesome. And that's your second rig, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one was
We started out with an old Prowler, 24 footer.
1984. We remodeled.
Yeah, we bought it secondhand, had about a year's worth of fun with it, and then decided to step up to something better.
For retirement, to go on long trips.
And then, well, they weren't planning on going on long trips initially, but so Ken went and bought a generator,
Yes, he did.
which is cool. Hashtag
Go Alaska.
Go Alaska.
Hashtag
Go home, go broke, or go home, or go both.
Yeah. Belly up or bust.
Belly up or bust. So it's going to be a great
Well,
trip.
The truth is, when we saw our best friends that we met in Georgia a little bit ago, Thomas threw down the gauntlet.
That's it.
We are going to Alaska.
No, I told him, yeah, pretty much.
And he says, "Are y'all in?" Well, me and good semi-rednecks, we couldn't.
Couldn't say no.
We couldn't say no. We couldn't say no to a challenge. So we're getting prepared and going to try to be able to keep up with.
Oh, Mr. Terry, he's got the rig of rigs with all his stuff.
Little,
It's okay.
little guys will catch up to Terry, and we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
We've never boondocked.
So yeah, we've got a little work to do. So
There's a learning curve.
Things.
Yeah.
newbie
absolutely.
things, and that's okay because that's the kind of stuff that you learn as time goes on.
And
And
having someone there to.
That- well, and so you know what, and that's what we've talked about amongst the group is a big trip like this feels it's a whole lot easier. It feels a whole lot better to you, I think, at your core because there's other people there. Like it's me and it's or it's us. It's so you left me.
Not necessarily a trial.
You left us.
Maybe
You left me.
someone else.
Hey, well, I was not
Well, I'm gonna go.
Oh,
here
now-
too. Now we can't
Well,
read
here
the
you
screen.
can sit.
No,
here.
now I'm getting
You
over
can't
here.
sit on my lap.
Well, I can.
It is your rig. You could.
Yeah, by
Not
God.
for long.
By God.
Not for long. You can't sit on my lap.
My legs are asleep. So no, but there's safety in numbers and comfort and
I agree with that. Because our plan was to travel.
Well,
so.
oh,
Well, and it's nice to
Yeah,
have
sorry,
somebody
guys.
there when the what ups happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes an opportunity comes up that you never thought would come up.
and
This is one of those opportunities.
Right.
You get to go with your buds. You're there. You have each other's back.
Yep.
And you get to explore things that no
oh
one's
my
seen.
God, it's gonna be so much fun.
And I'm sure Thomas and Melissa will have a wonderful time reporting it to everybody.
Oh well,
As long as
anybody
we
that
can.
Fun will we have?
But there'll be a lot of content made. And a lot of-
anybody that goes is free range. So
So
open.
Anyways, you can't not accept the challenge like that.
Right, Steve. And Steve says, don't forget the part sharing when in need. And if somebody
Yes.
breaks down, something
You
breaks.
have another vehicle to get
Yes.
you somewhere.
Somewhere.
You're not alone.
It's hey, y'all go get this part while we take it off or whatever.
We're going.
Exactly.
You don't have to spend 3 nights in the Tupelo, Mississippi Walmart.
No, we're bringing our own parts. We're bringing our own pit crew.
That is
That's what we're gonna do.
highly not advised. Do not never do that.
So,
I love that Betty Boop. What? What are you talking about?
I told Thomas this is like Admiral Perry's.
Honey's in
Venture.
Ken's lap.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't know. She's totally unaware.
She has no clue. That's so funny.
So that'll be a lot of fun. So what advice do you guys have? Steve brought up a good one.
What's the biggest challenge that you've had so far?
Yeah. What's the biggest challenge you guys have had so far? So I think the longest trip you guys have taken is from North Carolina to Texas, correct?
Right.
That
and back.
was a challenge
That
because it was new.
Weeks.
Yeah.
That's
And learning. The biggest challenge is learning how to travel. I mean, when
Because y'all said that your first like couple days or whatever, y'all drove like 9, 12 hours.
Oh yeah,
12-hour days.
It's like-
and we're like,
And I know that everybody on here probably just went, "Oh my God, no."
So
Good.
don't do that.
that was
No.
a mistake.
We've learned that.
Yeah.
So we've learned that, and we have learned that as when you go 1,800 miles away, there's a whole lot of stuff that you've never seen that you need to take the time to
Absolutely.
enjoy. And if you see the schedule that's so tight, getting from point A to point B,
Right.
you miss out on it.
That
And
is-
we were on a schedule.
Yeah.
So
And you
that's
know,
why-
you do.
But you have
But
to do it
it's-
that way to learn.
Yeah.
You do.
You know.
But you still need to give yourself enough time, even if you're on a schedule and you're going this far. You still only need to be driving.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever's comfortable for
Yeah.
you. But we typically do no more. About a long super drive day for us. We try to cut it off at 6 hours.
Well,
And
Well, that's all the
we
time before
and we try to
you
get to
start
where we're
working
going.
Places that, yeah.
We try to get to where we're going because you don't know where you're going. So we try to get to wherever we're going to be by like 3:30.
Yeah, you don't want to go anywhere in the dark.
No, definitely
Try
don't.
to pull in.
it
We've
into
done that
a
already. It
campsite.
doesn't work.
That's different when you're going to boondock at a Walmart. It's
That's
okay to
different,
pull in
not at a
there,
campground.
at dusk.
Yep.
Yeah.
And because you don't have to set up, you don't have to back in anywhere. You don't have to make sure that your
Right.
camper is level or hook up to anything. It's just really a turn and burn. But when you drive longer than 6 hours or so, you're so mentally and physically.
Well, listen,
fatigued.
towing.
Yeah.
Towing, and I guess being a passenger
is hard too.
towing. I mean, it's mentally. Even if you have the rig that's dialed in,
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
comfortable
Know what you're
towing,
doing.
you still are having to pay attention to everything that's going around and going on around you, and it's stressful. Man, after 6 hours of that, it's like, whoa.
Well, then that's when mistakes
And then-
tend to happen. Also,
Right, and then with the traffic, there's
Well, then you pull into places at rush
accidents
hour
or
and-
whatever, so that adds time.
the
So
unforeseen
the
circumstances.
unforeseen
Well, the
that
other thing
happens.
is I think new RVers they do not know.
Weather.
They don't know what it's like to be
Yeah.
a full-time RVer.
Right, and there's a difference.
difference.
There's a big
There's a
difference.
Big difference. And so we are learning now through Thompson, Melissa.
Now we're not full time RV.
We're not
No.
full-time, but we're learning
We
what
do
it
more
takes
than we used to.
to be
Right.
that. We're gonna,
To do well, and then you get more information and more skills and more knowledge. The more the farther you go and the longer you go, you figure out what it takes to go for 2 weeks, 3
Yes.
weeks,
Yes.
a month and a half. And then there's a whole different side to full timing.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
Because even as much experience as we had prior to full time living, we thought we knew, but
Right, so we still learned a bunch of stuff because we did trips, month and a half out west, month and a half up north, up to the border in Maine and everything, and that's it's a long time, 5-6 weeks at a time, but it still is completely different than living in your RV.
right. I would encourage new RVers that want to take on a trip. If you have some buddies that have some experience,
Mm-hmm.
That helps.
you get together with them and you plan a trip.
Yep.
And it doesn't have to be 3 months or whatever,
Yeah.
but you plan a trip.
A week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
'Cause
you
we did that.
can
Strong
learn
advice.
so much experience,
Strong advice.
and you will be way better off
Yep.
when you're done.
And
And
you have
then
a little bit more support too.
yes,
Yeah.
and it ends up expanding your horizons on
Yeah.
where you go and how to act and what to do, and that's what the RV thing is about: is being able to go out and explore.
It should be fun.
It
Yeah.
gives you freedom.
It needs to be
that
enjoyable.
you don't necessarily
Steve
have.
says one thing we did because Steve and them just recently completed a trip. They
went to South Dakota.
they went
Oh.
from Florida
Florida.
all the way up to South Dakota and then down through New Mexico and all the way back up around like a 2-month trip or a 3-month trip with some friends of theirs that are coming to the Hootenanny. He says one thing we did is for weight of the rigs, figure out who is bringing what, like grills, toolkits,
Yeah, you don't
specific things.
Ten-
Everybody doesn't need to
10
carry
of one
giant.
thing.
Right,
No,
right.
I mean, we don't need 4 grills.
Right.
Right.
You know.
right.
Well, that's what, and you're very right, Steve. Because if you think about, we've talked about, did a little planning on this Alaska trip, and the more things that you see, the more you understand. Because, like I saw a video the other day where they broke some leaf springs on their trailer. So now I'm like, yeah, you know what? I
Gotta
need to
have some leaf springs.
Yeah, I need to have those, and then we need to have them, and then they'd be universal for everybody. You know.
Yeah, pretty
And-
much. Be
and,
close.
There would be no reason to bring 3 solo stoves.
Nope.
Absolutely none.
Nope.
So you need to. It's all part of the planning, and you plan as much as you can.
Yep.
Um,
And you can save weight.
I think
Yeah.
it makes your experience right. You save weight. You can, I'm sure a lot of people, us included, that have only gone on small trips, we've never weighed our RV, so we don't. We
Yeah, you
think,
need
we
to
think
do
we're
that.
good.
We've never done it.
Need to do it. We'll do that. So yeah,
We've never gone
need
through
to-
Catskills.
you need to
and
do
done
it on the
that,
way
you know?
out to see us.
Ours got weighed when it
There's
was
a
new
scale in
from the
Lexington where we can do
people
that.
we bought it from, but
Cool.
heck, we don't know what it.
Yeah, so that's
You know
important.
the truck pulls it. That's all.
Right. So that's important. And
You're
y'all's
in Alaska running tires on the thing because-
y'all's RV is the same size as ours.
Yeah.
So it's probably similar, but you need to know what your numbers
You
are.
know where you're at.
And you need to know, you need to load your stuff in it's a camper. So when y'all load up to come out and see us in a while, y'all need to go by the Catskills, load it up with fuel in the truck, and load everything, and see what your numbers are, so you know. Let's see.
So with you talking about learning about leaf springs breaking, well, it's not a matter of if something happens.
Oh, it's gonna
just
happen.
It's gonna be a matter of when, right?
Let's see.
Something's gonna
Dean
happen.
said-
Well,
We've already had
you
that.
own an RV and then you
It's gonna break.
don't
It's
think
like
about it.
anything.
It's like home ownership.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, there's
There's
always
maintenance,
something
and then there's
When
also.
you
You
see
got
a video
maintenance.
about somebody breaking a leaf spring off and stopping in the middle of nowhere to fix it, and then you think back, hey, remember when we ran over that pothole 2 years ago?
Yep.
And I've never looked at.
I've never looked at anything.
At the leaf springs, so that's just a thing, right? But it could be all kinds.
So
of
Dean says they are short haul campers.
So Thomas, Ken is doing his fluffer job over here.
Yeah, he's.
He stole your girlfriend.
What? You got my girlfriend? What are you doing over there with him?
Everybody's got a profession, you know what I'm talking about? Everybody's
Yeah,
got a
just
specialty.
Next time, keep your eyes
My little
closed.
fluffy dogs.
Tom says their longest day was 750 miles.
Your longest day?
Drive
oh my
day.
gosh.
That's a long.
I bet.
Oh,
I bet
damn.
your wife was fit to be tied.
Dean says 11 hours for me is no problem, but not for my wife. Well, Dean, yeah, but you do that all the
We
time.
did 12 hours because we were trying to get
Yeah.
somewhere.
Steve says-
where we were
Steve
alive.
says-
We were close to divorce after 12 hours.
Get out of the truck!
Right. Well, that's we've.
Steve
said
says-
so
So we
many
did
times
learn
that-
that.
Steve says we do about 300 to 350 miles a day. That's what I think. Like
I think
when
that's a good number.
when we plan on our RV Trip Wizard as just like a base to get a route or whatever, I've got it set at like 6 hours
And it needs
or
to be
300 miles.
enjoyable.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something.
Right.
You gotta
Well,
don't.
Oh,
drag
here you go.
it
Here you
in
go.
the truck.
Here you go. Here you go, Ken Grant. Hold on. Game. Tom says their first trip was 2.5 months. Florida to Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, home. That's an amazing trip. Our first trip was Georgia to straight out through Texas to Colorado to Utah to Nevada and then back.
Well, we planned on being.
And he also says they
gone.
broke a leaf spring last year in Kentucky.
Yeah, it can happen. I mean, it's so many things. I mean, it's leaf springs and sway bars and tires and shocks and
Just
blah, 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 blah.
everything.
Something's going to happen, but if you can minimize the headache, then
And the way I grease and spray and clean and repack bearings and check tires and it's probably way more than I should. And still, things happen like we had with the slide out and everything. I think that you can manage the risk somewhat. But even doing that, still something can happen.
Oh yeah.
So, but that's, I guess that's half the fun in learning.
Yeah. There's so much to learn and so much to do, and
Just go with it.
and anybody that's been on, it says, I can believe that I-65 sucks. Anybody that's been on I-20 west of Shreveport, Louisiana,
We just did that.
oh, so it's the god awfulest
Yeah.
devil
That
highway.
was
It is
crazy.
the worst road you will ever drive in your life. I'm telling you, it's horrible.
We're going to make sure we go to the top of the world highway
Yes,
just to plant Thomas and Melissa's flag.
that's right. We're gonna top of the world highway,
We're
plant a
gonna-
home on the hitch
We're
sign.
going to spray paint one evergreen on top of the mountain. And that will
And
be,
then we'll
that
spend the
will
rest.
be, all you guys are listening, that will be your beacon when you go to Alaska.
We will spend the rest of our time in jail, but it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But
Well, those are the memories that you keep forever.
Yeah, I went to jail with my
what's
friends.
the jail? Is it igloo? I mean, there'd be no problem. It's summertime, it melts and you leave. It's all
Oh,
good.
good. Look, okay, I'm out now.
See ya.
Uh,
There'll be another vendor in Chicken, Alaska,
right.
selling chicken and business.
Selling chicken, man. I cannot wait. So, You know, 13.
Yeah.
Let's just put that chair in.
Thomas, stop
What?
wrecking the camper.
Wrecking the dang camper. Coming like a wrecking ball.
He's a beautiful boy, they all said.
Yeah. Oh, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. What? Oh, let's ban this person. No adult dating sites.
No.
Ban. Who put that up there?
Just because Ken's a fluffer doesn't mean you can.
Oh,
Oh, did you?
I banned it.
You blocked
I banned it. It's not showing up. I think I banned it. Larry Melton.
It says message deleted.
Okay, good. We got a bunch of new pictures up there. Ken, quit being a jackass. Quit sending Nick. Don't be sending more naked pictures.
My fingers have never left my hands. They've never left my hands since we've been talking.
Yeah, barely learned to care for climbing arrows on the side of mountains. It's ridiculous, man. Barely. And that's only some of the roads are kind of narrow. I'll tell you what, through South Carolina from freaking Georgia all the way.
95?
Georgia, or 75, 85 up from South Carolina all the way up to North Carolina. The whole damn thing is under construction. And it's like,
Oh, and it's tight.
It's
too.
like-
Two lanes.
you're like driving right here, and the freaking trailer from the big rig is like right here outside the window. It's like, oh my God. You know,
Oh,
Well,
we
we
did that.
We saw
85
we went and
south.
saw some friends
Horrible.
of ours this summer.
Yeah.
In Kentucky, Tennessee.
Oh.
And on the way back, Barb hit
Oh,
the
yeah.
scenic route on her Google map,
Oh.
and we took the trail to the mountains, and it couldn't have been 6 feet wide the whole way.
That's
And,
ridiculous.
We lost service.
we
So
learned
we
never
got
to do that again. So it
That's
was-
awesome.
He was lucky you didn't
And
have
you're
to turn
just
around somewhere.
three
we
hours of
would
waiting
have,
up the
we
drive.
would have, but see, I didn't have. I'm trying to do service, and I'm just pushing buttons,
Yeah.
and that's.
It's not working.
Next thing you know, the
And
porn
next
comes up,
thing-
and it's all
And then we're on the scenic route, and it was not good. And it took an extra.
So we learned that.
Yeah, we did learn that. That's a.
That's a really good point. So when you're planning your route, make sure that it is RV friendly.
Yes.
'Cause sometimes that
And
can make a
that's
difference.
something that
Sometimes
we
you-
don't have the GPS. What's that? that
Well, no,
So there's some
garden
there's
thing
there-
or all those.
We
have
don't
those.
we don't,
we don't use that, but I would like to have one. But the RV Trip Wizard will
well, we
we'll send it to your phone, and you can get the RV Life app, and you get RV friendly directions.
we learned RV Trip
Right.
Wizard from y'all.
Yeah.
The only thing is just don't learn from me is to not follow them, because sometimes what it deems to be, or RV friendly directions might be because there's a low bridge or something, or a narrow highway, and you're like, God, that's 45 minutes longer than Google says,
Oh.
and you don't go that way, and
Well,
then
there's a good reason why.
then you end up in Manhattan at rush hour going,
Oh,
shit.
It was the Bronx. We drove
Oh, it was
through
the Bronx.
Yeah.
Yeah, we drove straight through the Bronx at freaking like 5:15 on a Tuesday
Oh,
afternoon.
and it was bouncy.
It was horrible. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see why now. But yeah. So let's see. My favorite road is still $1 Million Highway between RA and Silverton, Colorado. Never been there, but want to go. It's been, 85's been under construction forever. Do what?
I said, I can't believe the dog keeps sitting in Ken's lap.
Well, she's confused. She's like, wait a minute. Oh, wait, you're not my dad.
So just remember, all that construction, it will be better. as
Sell it,
it's all
DOT lady.
done.
Oh my God.
Sell it, DOT lady.
Yeah. I'm in construction, so I know how it is.
Yeah, they just never look busy.
Yeah, the guys in South Carolina,
They're all standing around. And I'm like, oh, look at that one. He's digging a little dirt. He's like,
Yeah, they're not working.
I'm like, wow, that's okay, good. No wonder it's been under construction for 30 years. All right, any more questions that we can think for Ken and Barb?
Oh, I don't know. What about what's your favorite thing to cook when you're on the road?
Shish kebabs?
Well, we do a lot of grilling out. I am going to say that.
Yeah.
I like being outside with most of the stuff.
Yeah,
So
that is a plus. But the weather doesn't always cooperate.
that is true. And then,
You got to be ready for that.
yeah, there's always something in the fridge. So
Barb
freezer.
makes some meals ahead
I do.
Very smart.
that
I-
she can
Yeah.
cook in the kitchen if something
Very smart.
is going on. So
Mel does the
Like-
same thing.
like we make spaghetti, but she'll get it mostly ready, so she'll
Mhm.
just heat it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mel does the same thing, or at least have like a meal plan, and we try to kind of shop based off of those.
I
So
also
it's
like
like,
to have quick things on.
what do you want for
travel
dinner?
days.
Freeze, a
What do you-
microwave
right,
something.
right. What do you want for dinner? We have this, this, or this.
Yeah.
For this day, I have these things to make, and you can just either throw it in the microwave or heat it up on the stove. So that works.
And there's always lunch meat or
Right, or
whatever.
cereal.
Cereal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cereal makes a good
Snacks.
snack or dinner. Or
Well, you
I
find
don't
out
think
when
so,
you bring
Dean.
your house with you. You have a finite menu aboard.
yeah.
You do. I
Just
mean,
from being practical.
yeah,
Right.
You know.
yeah, you
Which is-
can't.
That's all part of the RV experience.
Yeah, it's easy to stockpile stuff.
And then
in
the
a house.
more that you do it, the more you figure out ways to put the
And
variety into it and
Mhm.
really.
Getting momentum says spam, plenty of spam.
And for me, going from electric to gas cooking, it throws me off some. So I have to get.
There's a
more-
learning curve
Well,
with that.
that is a big learning
Yeah,
curve if you're
it is.
accustomed
To learn how to
one
cook
and
it.
not the other.
Well, and even from gas to a gas propane RV oven,
Right.
Yeah.
That is different too.
And
because they don't cook
the
that.
time- They don't cook as fast, just water boiling.
Right.
It takes a longer.
So
that,
something
that
that you-
varies with altitude.
With
that you're
altitude
in
and temperature.
and the weather outside.
But
because,
something
your
that you can
propane,
do
it
something
becomes
that you can
heavier and
do-
doesn't want to work.
to help that along a little bit is you'll have a high output burner on your stove. One of them will be.
It's usually
Yeah,
that one in the
But-
front.
Your stock propane regulator that comes on your rig is just a stock little regulator that flows at a basic rate. You can upgrade that to a high flow regulator, which will provide probably 3 times the propane if it's needed, because it's a passive, like as it's needed, it evaporates and flows through. It's kind of a passive procedure. But the high flow regulators will, like, so we upgraded out when we got our tankless water heater, because it needs high flow propane. It's very efficient, but to be able to, like, if somebody's taking a shower and somebody wants to cook, we had to upgrade our
Oh yeah, I could
regulator
see that,
on the, and it's not that expensive.
Somebody told me that when you get to the higher altitudes, that there's a jet change.
There can be.
There can be.
There can be.
I don't know how. You know.
I think one of the biggest things, with higher altitude, if you're encountering lower temperatures and something that you can do at higher altitude, even if it's not lower temperature, is to warm the propane bottle with like a electric throw or
Now, do you guys drive with the propane running, like the refrigerator or anything?
No, because you're plugged into your vehicle so that it's going to run off the 12 volt.
even with a like it should run off the 12 volt. Because
It's dangerous to ride with your
well,
propane
that's
on.
what
the thing is,
And
if a tire
when you
blows
go
out and it rips out the
into
propane,
the tunnels and
they require you
stuff,
to be turned off.
Right,
They make you
right.
stop and they'll check your trailer. And
Yeah.
we actually did that, and when we ended up in the Bronx or whatever,
Right,
we were going through a
right.
tunnel.
Yeah.
We had to pull off, and she had to come out and look at the propane. And of course, it was already turned off. The big thing with that is, like, if you blow a tire and the tread comes out, the gas piping runs down like
Yeah.
sides,
Yeah.
so it'll come up and grab the hold of that and just rip the propane lines out. If it happens to spark and blow your trailer up,
Yeah, that would, yeah.
So
That would be.
now there's
So back up. The first thing you do is
there's devices called gas stop that are out now.
Right, that prevent that.
Oh, I saw.
You can make fire hotter. Sorry.
No.
That, like, if that happens, it will, and it senses just an open flow of propane. It'll cut it off. So at the bottom.
So Tom said that they had spam tonight.
Man,
Well, we were lucky. Barb came
over and
and cooked us some chicken kebabs tonight.
Larry Melton said
Delicious.
spam is my favorite camp food. He says it's really according to how much I've had to drink.
If that's the only thing to eat.
Hey man, if that's all you got, you're
Yeah.
frying up some spam.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you can make fire hotter. Well, you can make fire hotter, but what you're really trying to do is, the whole thing with propane is it's just an evaporation, because propane evaporates at like negative 40 degrees. But when you start getting into colder weather, it just doesn't evaporate as fast when the tank gets cold. So
you're saying there's a chance.
you're saying
There's a chance.
There's always a chance.
so you're not really making the fire hotter, you're making the propane hotter though.
How about, I have a question.
Okay.
Food for thought here. So one time I was at Pikes Peak, Colorado, and we took a van and went from the bottom of Pikes Peak to the top. And the van barely makes it to the top because it needs it because of the atmospheric conditions. It needs a different tune-up at the top than at the bottom.
Absolutely.
So we're going to go through some elevations going to Alaska.
If fuel injected vehicles, it shouldn't be that big of a deal.
There you go. There you go.
There you
That,
go.
ladies and gentlemen, the shit.
The shit.
See, he proves it all the time.
Fridge isn't 12 volt. We have a gas stop. We don't have gas stop on our tanks. I'd like to get some. We have a residential fridge that runs on electricity only. Yeah, fire's pretty hot. Just depends on how much of it you get.
Is that fire or fall?
Well,
Ours is
fire.
electricity,
Fire is real
AC
hot.
only.
Yeah.
Either one will burn you.
If you get down to, like, if you look at the like the charts and stuff like that, if you get down to, like, if you have like a half empty 30-pound propane tank, somewhere in the neighborhood of 38 to 40, 38 degrees, it really won't supply enough propane to a standard RV furnace for the furnace to work correctly. What are you doing?
Hi.
Why are you sitting over there?
I'm being so cute. See,
Are you?
everybody can see her on the TV
Uh-huh.
tonight.
I'm
Yeah.
looking. Yeah, so gaining momentum. Ours is electric only fridge. It's a 1,000-watt inverter that runs it when we're driving, but we're fixing to rip all that out, and I've got a 2,000-watt inverter for each leg, so 4,000 watts, and some chargers and batteries and all kinds of stuff that's fixing to go in. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. And one of these days, I'm gonna get my revolver cover put on my truck. That's gonna be great and amazing too if that ever gets the right parts.
Yeah.
All right, so that's cool. How long we been in here? 59 minutes, 32 seconds. So we keep this stuff to an hour.
No, we didn't see Cindy.
Cindy did not come up, and if she did, she didn't say anything at all.
So if we
She
missed you,
would've.
Cindy, are you watching this later?
Thanks
We
everybody
miss
for
you.
showing up and coming, hanging out with us. Chad Mortensen, let us know if there's anything we can do to help you get a spot down there. Savannah, we would love for you to come and show up to the Hootenanny. All these folks are going to be here, are going to be there, and we're going to have a great time. So, Tom, we want y'all to be there too. So thank you, Ken and Barb. We love you guys for hanging out with us.
Thanks,
Look at
everybody.
Honey.
Yep.
So you'll be seeing them in some videos and stuff because I said if you're going to hang out with us, you're going to be on YouTube. But so we love you guys. Thanks for being here. And as we always finish up, what is it that we say? Until next time, guys, take care of each other.
Love each other.
Make every moment count.